I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Village Board for February 12th, 2019. Can you please join us for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Village Clerk, would you please call the roll?
President DeSimone,
Here.
Trustee Carmona. Here. Trustee Franz.
Here.
Trustee Jaworska.
Here.
Trustee Lomax.
Here.
Trustee Penicola.
Here.
Trustee Perez.
Here.
That's 7. We have a quorum.
We will now move to public comment. Does anyone wish to address the board? If so, please approach the podium and state your name.
Yes, we have 2. Michael Jaffe.
Right to the podium in the back.
Hi, Mike Jaffe, 410 Judson. Been a resident for 25 years. Everything, the village is, I got a concern with Public Works. They take care of it right away. Everything's very professional. My concern is on the blizzard of December. There's an empty lot right a house away from me, and the blizzard knocked over the tree in the alley. And the tree's leaning on a 45-degree angle, and it blocked the alley. Public Works came right away, took care of it. That was great. But the picture I gave, the base of it is still rotted, and the tree stands still about 20 feet, and I think it's a safety concern. And then also I guess the owner, when Public Works cut the tree down, I guess the owner dragged all the branches and put it in one pile, so it's a little bit of an eyesore. I know it's winter, and it'll probably be taken care of by him in the spring when they have large branch pickup. And the only other concern is somebody ran into a pole right on the same location there at the alley in the 400 block between on Washington between Judson and Minor. Somebody ran into a utility pole. ComEd came out and replaced the pole. The old pole is still leaning there, and maybe it takes several months. I don't know. I called ComEd. They said it was an AT&T pole, but it's been there for maybe going on about 4 months now, so it's a little bit of an eyesore. But my main concern is that that rotted tree that still remains and presents safety issues. So if there's anything that can be done about it, would be appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Jaffe. Those are great concerns. We'll have some staff out there tomorrow to look at it. We'll have our arborist look at the tree. And Joe, you'll take a look at that pole. And Scott, you'll look at any code issues over there.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for bringing that to our attention. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Tom Henninger.
Good evening. I came out tonight because I'm the security manager of Old Second Bank, which is right here on York Street. If you haven't been in there, go ahead and pop in and see us. Some of you may remember that deep freeze from a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure you do. What was even worse than that was the rapid thaw after that deep freeze. And I happened to be in Iowa at the time, and I got the call that you don't want to get, that my cleaner came into the bank and said, I think we got a problem. There's water running from the ceiling. So I said, yeah, we got a problem. So I started coming from Iowa. You can imagine what that feels like if any of you are business owners trying to get to your building when you're 5 hours away and there's water coming in from the ceiling. So I started calling all the commercial plumbers I know, and then I started calling all the personal plumbers I know. And of course, everybody had the same issue. As a matter of fact, I also run the security for a place called, it's a business in Melrose Park. I won't tell you the name because they didn't have a great response to what happened. Very similar thing was happening at the same time there. Having exhausted everything that I could do, I finally reached out to Trustee Nick Panicola and told him what was going on with one of the local businesses here, and is there anything that could be done? So he called the village president, Mr. DeSimone, and in the interest of full disclosure, I know Frank. I'm a retired Franklin Park policeman, and he's a Schiller Park detective, and so we've known each other for several years. what they did was they called Joe Karachi and they sent the water department out to Bensonville. So it turned out not to be a water main break, so they didn't scramble up and fix the roof, which is okay. But I can't tell you the impact that that had on me. To be from a town that would try to do anything that they could to respond to a problem that is just sitting in your gut and you feel like there's nothing you can do. So I appreciated that so much. I wanted to come here tonight and thank you in person. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a busy day for most of Public Works, and these have been some busy weekends. But we do pride ourselves on when people are at their wits' end. We may not be able to solve the problem, but we can lay a plan out to get to that solution.
Is there any other public comment?
No, that's it.
So at this time, this will conclude public comment. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the January 22nd, 2019 Village Board meeting?
So
have a
moved.
motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any modifications to the minutes? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The motion carries and the minutes are now approved. The next item of business is to approve the warrant in the amount of $1,777,512.19. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
You have a motion.
Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Is there any discussion on the warrant? Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Panicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
The motion carries and the warrant is approved. There are no items on the consent agenda today, but under the police department, we have some good things happening. First off, I'd like to give a little background on the next presentation. We're going to be doing a presentation of a life-saving award. On January 6th, Bensonville officers responded to an overdose. Officer Caliendo observed an individual lying on the floor with family members by his side performing CPR. The family informed Officer Caliendo that the individual may have overdosed. Officer Kaluski and Officer Caliendo were able to revive the individual prior to the medics arriving. So please join us in recognizing the professional and life-saving conduct exhibited by Officers Caliendo and Kaluski of the Bensonville Police Department. Next up is going to be a few promotions and a couple swearing-ins. So the following officers will be promoted and sworn in. Sergeant Eric Zadro will be sworn into Deputy Chief, who is replacing John Lustro, who had just retired. Sergeant Brad Swanson will be promoted up to Detective Sergeant, replacing Eric Zadro. Officer Douglas Sanborn will be promoted to Sergeant, replacing Brad Swanson. And Officer Chris Steffelt will be brought into the Detective Division, replacing Doug Sanborn. So at this time, I believe we are going to swear in Deputy Chief Eric Zadro. I have it here somewhere. Yep.
You gotta get a new badge. That's right.
I, Eric Zadro,
I, Eric Zadro,
have been appointed to the position of Deputy Police Chief
have been appointed to the position of Deputy Police Chief
in the Village of Bensonville
in the Village of Bensonville
in the counties of DePage and Cook.
in the counties of DePage and Cook.
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of Deputy Chief
of Deputy Chief
of the Village of Bensonville
of the Village of Bensonville
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations. Can I do that?
I'll get one with his wife in his bed.
Where's your family here?
Yeah, have your family come up.
Come on up. Yeah, no stabbing.
Congratulations.
Next up, we have, Doug Sanborn. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Douglas Sanborn,
I, Douglas Sanborn,
have been appointed to the position of police sergeant
have been appointed to the position of police sergeant
in the Village of Bensonville
in the Village of Bensonville
in the counties of DuPage and Cook.
in the counties of DuPage and Cook.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of
and
Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of police sergeant
of police sergeant
of the Village of Bensonville
of the Village of
to
Bensonville
the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Come on up. Come bring the whole family up.
Close enough.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brad? Who's pinning on you today, sir? Oh, you don't have nothing to pin on. We're gonna have to put it on just forehead.
Undercover.
Jen, come on up.
Yeah, it's me.
Bring everybody up.
Everybody just come on up. You want to come on, Dad? These old little take a while.
Easy.
Hold on, we gotta do this. Why would we think we should?
Excellent. Thank you.
Chris Steffel. You flying solo, you got people in the audience. Bring them up. They all gotta come up. We only take it from the waist up, we're all right. Congratulations. There you go. I wanna hold this too. Congratulations. Felt like Oprah. Right. You get a badge, you get a badge, you get a badge.
So just so the public understands, there aren't many opportunities for police to get promoted just because of how it's structured. So when you have a guy on top retire like Deputy Chief Lustro, everyone gets to move up and it creates an opportunity for all the officers. So congratulations, everyone, and you guys are doing great in your positions. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything. you give them.
Congratulations.
Moving on to Public Works. It's a resolution authorizing the execution of a modified membership agreement with participation in the Geographic Information Systems Consortium. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
This is not nearly as exciting as police promotions. This is basically a housekeeping item to clean up the existing agreement we have with MGP, who is our project manager for the GIS consortium.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Sorry.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
The motion carries and the resolution is now approved. Number 2 is a resolution waiving the competitive bidding and authorizing a purchase order to Terry's Ford of Peotone, Illinois for the purchase of 2 police vehicles in a not-to-exceed amount of $64,241. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there a discussion?
We typically buy our vehicles off of the state bid contract. State bid contract's a little backed up right now, so for a slight modification in the price, it's under $1,000 per vehicle. We're going to waive the competitive bid to purchase these vehicles so we can get them delivered as quick as possible.
Is there any other questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
The motion carries and the resolution is approved. Number 3 is a resolution waiving competitive bidding and authorizing a purchase order to Lund Industries Incorporated of Northbrook, Illinois for the equipment upfit of 2 police vehicles in the not-to-exceed amount of $13,434. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
motion.
Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
This is the partner agenda item to the purchase of the vehicles. The vehicles come to us stock, and allows them to upfit them to our specifications. I will say that it's the first time we're using Lund. This will be a significant savings over our previous upfit company.
Any other questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
The motion carries and the resolution is approved. We do not have a report for recreation. Moving on to presidential remarks. We are looking for participants in the Bensenville Faces project. This community project allows you to turn one of your favorite head photos into your own work of art. Once completed, it will be printed and displayed in town. Additional details on how to participate in this project can be found on the village's website. I know we've done it, a lot of us have done it up here so far, right? A lot of the employees too, right?
Yep.
So,
I think we're almost at 50 right now.
okay. So please look on the website and come out and participate in that. This year's Honor Flight Hockey Classic is on March 2nd, beginning at 7 p.m. at the Edge Ice Arena. This is a charity hockey game featuring players from the FBI and Chicago Police Department. 92 cents of every dollar raised by Honor Flight Chicago goes directly to the cost of flying World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam-era veterans to visit the memorial in Washington, D.C. So please come out and enjoy that. Tickets are $25 in advance and $30 at the door. To purchase tickets, please see the link on the village website. That's all my remarks today I have. Evan, you have anything for us?
I have a couple items. The first one is the FAA comment period for the interim fly quiet plan. This is Bensonville's plan that the city of Chicago is adopting to rotate the runways used at nighttime. That comment period is now open with the FAA. It closes February 27th. So we're encouraging our residents to go onto our website, click the link, and voice your support for the runway rotation plan. This could provide some real relief to the residents on Hillside. We believe that everyone around O'Hare benefits from O'Hare. Everyone should share in a little bit of the pain at nighttime. So this is the first opportunity to get some real relief. Secondly, there are a lot of potholes in town. We fully recognize that. We are doing our best to get on top of it. So we're encouraging our residents to go to the village website. There's the YouGov app. It allows you to log where there are potholes, notify us. Public Works crews are working around the clock to fill those potholes whenever we can. This freeze thaw thing that we keep experiencing is just tearing the roads up, but we are actively addressing that. And finally, we do have a new employee. I'm going to let Scott introduce her.
Thank you, sir. Mayor, members of the board, Kelsey, stand up. Most importantly, perhaps, members of the community, up here or at home. It's my duty and my joy to present and introduce Ms. Kelsey Faywell, our newest team member in Community and Economic Development. She's been here about a month now, started after the first of the year. Born and raised in Chicago, and so she's not far away. She did graduate from what I think Joe and I would agree is the best land-grant university in the United States in Urbana-Champaign in 3.5 years. And she did intern up in Libertyville for 2 years. I talked with my counterpart, John, up there, who said, gee, you know, I wish I could tell you she was really good, but I can't. She's amazing. So we snatched her up real quick. She is a big hockey fan, Blackhawks and God knows why, Rangers for some reason. But to each his own, I suppose. And come visit her in the Community Development Department. She's going to be taking over and helping, initially been helping Curtis with CDC stuff. She was at our CDC meeting this past week. And eventually we'll just overtake those opportunities from Curtis. And she is going to go to Thailand here in March, is it? In March, so she didn't plan that out very well, but I think that's her only mistake thus far. So we're really happy she's here. She's a great employee thus far, and we look forward to great things for her in the future, and want to welcome her today.
She looks a little nervous. Did you tell her about the 2-minute speech she has to do about herself?
Yeah, you know, she's...
Kelsey's a woman of few words. We're learning that, but she's a thinker. She's a thinker.
Welcome aboard.
Kelsey's hiring allows us to do what the board's been asking for a long time, to reposition us to a more economic development focus. So by her taking over a lot of the planning aspects, Curtis will be able to tackle more of the economic development aspects that we've been wanting. So that works out very well for us, and I think the economic development and community development team is just running on all gears right now, so it's good. That's all I have.
Village Attorney's report.
I have no report, Mr. President.
Is there any unfinished business to come before the board tonight? Is there any new business to come before the board tonight? Is there a need for executive session?
There is not, Mr. President.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Yeah, motion.
Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.